Oh, what's this? Bob is looking at mewing videos online? Apparently this can help him grow and fix his receding chin. Oh, he's doing so well. He's been doing it for a couple days now. Oh no, Bob, no. Bob, no. Come on, Bob. You just started. Bob, you can't get impatient when you don't see results straight away. This is Bob. You don't want to be like him. Bob unfortunately goes back to breathing through his mouth and now has shitty tongue posture, never fixing his receding chin. Squid Chad. Squid Chad always breathes through his nose like a king and puts his tongue up against the roof of his mouth. But he never used to be like this. Squid Chad was once like Bob too. Recessed jawline, mouth breathing, but he realized the consequences and he got to work immediately. Now Squid Chad has the most aesthetic face in the world. Mewing has got to be one of the most controversial topics out there. I mean, half the world swears by it, but the other half thinks it's as real as SpongeBob. It was around 2 years ago when I discovered mewing. I was your typical skinny fat brown kid with a subpar jawline, about what's average now. Now imagine this, you're 18 years old and since you've got no life, you're on TikTok 24/7. Not only is your brain getting fucking railed, but you also see something quite often. Something that fucking destroys you. TikTok boys with incredibly sharp jawlines. So what do you think happens? You'll naturally start to compare yourself to these guys online and you'll slowly start to hate yourself. I hated the way I looked, I hated my fat belly, I hated everything about myself. And I also had a crappy jawline. But what you gotta remember is what you see on social media is nothing like what you see in real life. What you're seeing on social media is the top 0.1% of people. So obviously the more handsome you are, the higher chance you're gonna wanna show yourself on social media, right? You know what my problem was, and chances are you have the same problem as well. It's the fact that I was chronically online. My life consisted of being online and I never stepped foot outside my house. So of fucking course I adopted these shitty standards of myself because the only people I was around were the people that are up here. So just honestly, if you have the same issue, please just get off your fucking phone and go talk to some people outside. I'm only being harsh because I care and I know what it was like to feel so lowly, to think so lowly of yourself. But trust me, please trust me, if you put some effort into yourself, it will 100% pay off in the future. Please, if you don't trust yourself, put your trust in me. Okay? Rant over. Back to mewing. Basically what it is when you press the back of your tongue up against the roof of your mouth, and over time this will slowly change your jawline for the better. I've been doing it for over a year now. And did it work? Yeah. Kind of. Let me explain. So when I first started, I was extremely excited because I thought I found the solution I was looking for. I thought I could finally get a jaw like Giga Chad. So I patiently mewed for around 3 months, expecting to see amazing results. But how were my results after 3 months of mewing? There were none. I was putting in all this work and effort for nothing. Everything I've heard about it online was put to shame. This shattered my confidence and I gave up. I wholeheartedly thought mewing was a whole bunch of bullshit after this. Up until I realized something. See, what most people get wrong with mewing is they only tend to put the front of their tongue up against the roof of their mouth and not the back, which is actually what leads to the most gains. And they also do what is called as soft mewing, where they just leave their tongue laying up on the roof of the mouth without actually pressing up against it hard, which isn't bad by itself. That's still proper tongue posture and will allow you to breathe better. It's just a lot slower to actually see results. But when you actually mew properly for the first time, you're gonna feel that burn because your muscles are actually working. Trust me, you'll know when you're doing it properly. So here is how you mew properly. Press the very back of your tongue up against the roof of your mouth so that the tip of your tongue sits right behind your front teeth. By now, your entire tongue should be up against the roof of your mouth. Now in this position, you want to press your tongue up hard against the roof of your mouth. Not too hard where you can only hold it for a few seconds, but hard enough to where you should start to feel a slight burning sensation in a minute or two. So that's how you actually mew properly. At least I think so. So after those 3 months of failure, I've came across this newfound knowledge, and a spark reignited inside me, and I made a promise to myself. I'll give it 1 whole year, and I will not give up. And so I started. It was excruciatingly difficult at first because of how much it just burnt and hurt, but slowly over time I got used to it. However, sometimes I completely forgot about even doing it, and I reverted back to not mewing, up until I remembered again. See, that's the thing with mewing. You absolutely will fail a couple of times. I guarantee you 100% you won't be able to keep that proper tongue posture without forgetting it a couple of times. But that's okay. If you're consistently adding just a few minutes every day, you're doing amazing and much better than the vast majority of people. So luckily I kept getting back into it and I made it into a habit. So yeah, nothing much of interest happened next, so let's fast forward a year.
1 eternity later.
So by around this time I would have been properly mewing every single day for about a year. And for the moment you've been waiting for, did I see results? Boy, yes. My jawline was finally visible and protruded from the front. I'm not even joking, but as of late, I've been told I look like Giga Chad by about 9 people so far. I don't think that's a coincidence. Around this time was when I also grew out my beard, which also further accentuated my jawline as I shaped it to do so. All in all, fucking amazing results. However, will this work for everyone? Yes, to a certain extent. If your jawline is already extremely recessed, don't go expecting crazy results from mewing like growing an entirely new jaw or something. That's probably why mewing is so controversial in the first place, as a lot of people just simply won't get the same results as somebody else. However, you should still do it, as I do think it's proper tongue posture and you will still see some good results. But you have to be very patient with this, as it definitely isn't an overnight solution. But if you're something like how I was before, you should 100% give mewing a shot. Just make sure to do it properly. Just a few minutes of hard mewing a day to start off with, and then slowly ramp that up and add a few minutes every day, and before you know it, you'll be mewing 24/7. So, was mewing for a year worth it? Absolutely. And if you're in similar places where I was a couple years back and want to go through a serious glow up, there's no better place than Looks Maxers Academy. It's my new paid private community specifically for the young guys trying to look their best selves. This will never happen again, but the first 4 people who join will get lifetime access, so you'll never have to pay ever again. Obviously this won't last very long, so get in now while you can. It's the first link in the description below. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.